Good afternoon and welcome to video 1 in the 2024 Haltom Local Elections Series. This video is fairly long, but it has a lot of in-depth information that needs to get out regarding the money that's been spent trying to buy your Haltom City Council. So stick with it, you'll be shocked at what you find. Last year created quite a stir when I revealed that campaign finance documents showed that Ron Sturgeon and people associated with Ron had spent in excess of $20,000 on a failed attempt to put Cindy Sturgeon and Charlie Roberts on your council last year. Cindy Sturgeon's campaign finance report showed $10,575.62 of in-kind donations, and Charlie Roberts showed $10,894.76 of in-kind donations from the Team Tarrant PAC. Here you see Cindy's, here you see Charlie. However, the website transparency.org shows that Cindy Sturgeon and Charlie Roberts received much more than that from the Team Tarrant PAC. Their website shows that Cindy received $19,794.70 and Charlie received $17,415.78 in Team Tarrant PAC money. Team Tarrant PAC is an Arlington political action committee ran by Craig Ownby, a political consultant convicted of tax evasion in 2006. Ron Sturgeon appears in several videos with this convict, giving details of his agenda that he is pushing for Haltom City. Transparency.org shows that Craig Ownby Consulting, was paid $17,000 by Team Tarrant PAC as well. Here's Craig, here's Ron in one of their very informative videos. And here is the expenditures from Team Tarrant. Looking at the Team Tarrant expenditures last year, at least $46,000 in Arlington PAC money tried to buy your Haltom City Council seats last year. I say at least because I do believe it's more than that. There's a organization on here called Patriots Plus, which I believe was used to, they were paid to go and be barkers for Cindy at the library last year. So that person that was trying to get you to vote for Cindy at the library last year, he was paid. He doesn't live here. He doesn't have anything to do with Haltom City politics or live in Haltom City. In 2023, something strange happened with the Team Tarrant PAC, an influx of new donations. $81,210 in donations to be exact. But certainly our good friend Ron had nothing to do with that amount of money being donated, right? I mean, he sent a cease and desist to former Councilwoman Tiffany Chandler and her husband Nathan over their alleged accusation that Ron Sturgeon was, quote, buying council seats. According to the Team Tarrant PAC filings, Ron as an individual only donated $500. So where did the rest of this money, the $80,710, come from that wasn't donated by Ron? Let's take a look, shall we? Here you've got the Team Tarrant PAC filings from April 6, 2023. And here are the filings from July 17th, 2023. According to the Team Tarrant PAC's campaign finance report, the following individuals and companies contributed to Team Tarrant PAC last year. Ron Sturgeon, Salon Spa and Gallery, Ron's company, they donated $2,500. Elliott Reader Inc., an LLC that returns to Brian Nerney, we'll hear about him a couple of times, and list Ron Sturgeon as the contact, they gave $2,000. Ron Sturgeon as an individual donated $500. So the total for Ron and his associated companies, $5,000. Which is really strange, Ron, because I do remember seeing your post that this is just your ex-sister-in-law. Hell, you even said, I'm not even related to her anymore. Totally disassociated from this campaign, which absolutely nobody believes, by the way. So the Sturgeon family connections. Don Sturgeon, Ron's brother and Cindy Sturgeon's ex-husband, he gave $5,000. Linda Allen State Farm, Ron's girlfriend's company, she gave $5,000. Tammy Sturgeon, Ron's ex-daughter-in-law, I believe that's the proper relationship there, $3,000. Tyler Lisser, who I believe is the step-nephew of Linda Allen, Ron's girlfriend, he gave $2,960. Now, Tyler is a college student and he lives in Houston. Kind of strange that a college student from Houston is interested in your Haltom City politics, is it not? Tyler also gets his own video later in this series, but no spoilers right now. I-35 Foreign, a salvage yard, aka a junkyard. The listed agent is Brian Sturgeon, Ron's son, $2,000. Keith Sturgeon, Ron's son, $1,000. Tammy Gunter, who works at I-35 Auto Parts and is Brian Sturgeon's girlfriend, she gave $1,000. So the family total for Ron Sturgeon's family, $19,960. I guess it's true what they say, the family that pays together stays together. But let's look at Ron's employees. Even Ron's employees believe in Ron's thriving message so much, and apparently he pays so well that they just have thousands to throw around. So let's look at that. Jim Eaton, who is the VP of RDS Investments, Real Estate Operations, Ron Sturgeon's company. He's also on Ron's personal Facebook as a friend. He gave $5,000. I'm going to try to get this right. Jennifer Canettle, Business Operations Manager at RDS Investment. She gave $2,000. And then Lindsay McGrady, who I believe works at the event center, has something to do with the event center. She's a Sturgeon employee, and she gave $2,000. The employees total, they gave $9,000 towards Team Tarrant PAC. For the following people that I have listed, I have pictures, news articles, and Facebook screenshots directly linking them to Ron Sturgeon. My IT department, my wife, is constructing a site to load them onto, but rest assured I have printed and screenshot copies of all documentation in case they start disappearing. So let's start looking at some other people associated with Ron that just want Haltom City to thrive based on his view, and let's see what they gave. Sturgeon Business Associations, their connections to Ron. Paul Delaney, who is the COO of Phoenix Auto Parts, also known as an auto recycler, also known as a junkyard. Now, this is interesting here because Ron is on record as saying he has no interests in a junkyard anymore. He sold all his interests in salvage yard. However, on his own resume, he lists himself as a, and I quote, equity investor and board member for Phoenix Auto Parts. And we're gonna talk about this more, but we're just gonna try to stick to the money right now. Paul Delaney is also a Facebook friend on Ron's personal Facebook. He gave $5,000. William Stevens, or Bill Stevens, also with Phoenix Auto Parts. Again, he's the CEO. He's also a former executive at Greenleaf Auto Recyclers, also known as a junkyard. With Ron, he's also a Facebook friend. He gave $5,000. Brian Nerney, remember we talked about him a little while ago. He's connected to Ron at Greenleaf Auto Recyclers and Phoenix Auto Parts, again, junkyards. Facebook friend, and he gave a review on the inside cover of Ron's Men Are Pigs book. He forked over $3,000. Timothy Milligan worked with Ron regarding Ford and Greenleaf, and he is also a Facebook friend, $2,500. Robert Gottlich, Executive VP for Happy State Bank, listed as a speaker with Ron Sturgeon at a March 8th, 2022 Mr. Mission Possible speaking event, which is Ron's consulting company, $5,000. Keywind Development, a developer for RDS Developments, $2,000. Ronald Canyon, the R in R&L Electric, they pulled a permit for RDS Investments in 2023 in Weatherford, Texas. He gave $2,000. Tracy Scott, Wrench Apart Lubbock, which is another junkyard, where it shows that she is the fleet manager. She is also a Facebook friend of Ron's, $2,000. Business associates total $26,500 to Team Tarrant PAC. Now we're going to talk to just Sturgeon's friends. They believe so much in his vision of Haltom City being covered with automotive related businesses that they give money to Team Tarrant PAC also, apparently. Jim Silva, who lived next door to Ron at a former address, 1609 Cheeksparger Road. 1707 Cheeksparger Road was the Sturgeon's residence before he moved. He gave $4,000. Wow, just the neighbors giving $4,000. Jim Counts, Ron lists Counts as, quote, my good friend in a February 23rd, 2021 article he wrote. Facebook friend also, $3,000. Lee Jackson. Mr. Jackson is quoted as saying, quote, "My good friend Ron Sturgeon," end quote, in a January 2nd, 2020 Arlington Today article about a car they are partners on. Lee also provided a review on the inside cover of Ron's Keeping the Lights On book, also a Facebook friend, $3,000 that he gave. Robert Pica, owner of Pica Investments in Mansfield, Ron gave a LinkedIn review to Ron's profile. Let me back that up. Ron gave a LinkedIn review to Robert Pica's profile, and he's also a Facebook friend. You can find numerous interactions between the two, $3,000. Garrett Davis is the owner of the HVAC company who worked on Ron's house and businesses, also a Facebook friend, $2,500. Craig Campbell, Facebook friend. He reached into his pocket apparently and gave $2,000. Melissa Miller, also just a Facebook friend, $1,250. Hell, even Deborah Shore, who went to high school with Ron in 1971 and is a Facebook friend, she believes in making Haltom City thrive again from wherever she lives now, to the tune of just pulling $1,000 out of her pocket, apparently. Rhonda Jackson, who is the wife of Lee Jackson, a friend, also in the Arlington Car article, and a Facebook friend for Ron, $1,000. So the friends total that they gave to Team Tarrant PAC, $20,750. The grand total for all Ron connections that donated to Team Tarrant PAC in 2023, $81,210. $81,210 in donations to this same PAC that supported Ron's previous puppets by Ron, his friends, his employees, and family would beg some concerning questions like, why do people who live in Houston, Alvarado, and Weatherford care about who is on your Haltom City Council? Does it seem strange to you that Ron's friends and family, who never donated to campaigns in Haltom City, who have never had anything to do with, nor did they ever care about Haltom City's council, all of a sudden care to the tune of $81,210? Do any of you out there have any doubts that these people connected to Ron Sturgeon suddenly care enough about Haltom City to donate tens of thousands of dollars to influence your council? How much will this group spend to control your city this year? What do they want in return for their very significant investment in Cindy Sturgeon? This amount doesn't even take into account 2 editions of Ron's Keeping the Lights On book, or 3 billboards that were up for the last year plus, worth roughly $2,500 each per month. I did do some research, and $2,500 is low end on renting a billboard. So quick estimated math, if you have a $2,500 billboard times 3, because he's got 3 billboards up for making Haltom better, making Haltom thrive again, $7,500 times 12, $2,500 times 3 is $7,500 times 12 is roughly $90,000 in billboard value that has been up by Ron Sturgeon for the last year, advertising this, let's make Haltom City better, make Haltom City thrive again. Now, before Ron starts squawking, it doesn't matter if the billboards and books are Ron's, they have value. Regardless as if he is selling them or advertising or using these items for his own purposes, he's at least losing the ability of $2,500 worth of advertising per billboard for the last year. To say that hundreds of thousands of dollars have been spent on outside influence over our Haltom City Council is an absolutely true statement. So here we got Cindy with all this money that she's been given. Okay, she talks about her grassroots campaign. That doesn't look very grassroots to me, Cindy. $19,000 last year. What are you going to take this year? And what do those people want for putting you on a council seat? I did notice, or I did learn while looking into this, that under Texas Election Code, Title 15, Chapter 253, Section 253.001, it is strictly prohibited to make a contribution in another's name unless the person whose name the contribution was made on behalf of has their name and address disclosed in writing to the recipient. That would be Craig Ownby, tax fraud convict, taking the contribution in order for the recipient to make the proper disclosure of who made the contribution. It is a Class A misdemeanor to make a contribution in another's name without this criterion being met. There are a lot of incomplete addresses on these campaign finance forms. You as individuals named in this report stating that you contributed, I'm sure you'll be fine if you made the contributions, donated your credit card, debit cards, etc., donated using your credit card or debit cards, etc. If not, the only way you might have a problem is if you now forge a document to cover what happened last year. And before anybody gets any smart ideas, these could not be cash donations either. Cash donations over $100 are prohibited by Section 253.033 of this same portion of the Elections Code. So now that we've talked about the money, in the next video, we're going to discuss what is wrong with Ron. Why has he been on this tantrum for the last 4 years? Why are people associated with him and Ron Sturgeon trying to buy our council seats?